Actually, there's more history to the story of Corey and I than most people realize, because Corey originally had auditioned for the role of mine, Mouth, in The Goonies.
Let's leave Feldman out of the whole situation, shall we? Before Lost Boys, I met Spielberg for Goonies, for Mouth, you know, and I had no idea who Corey Feldman was, what he did. I didn't even know he existed. And I guess he read for Mouth or what, first or after, I don't know, and he got the part.
So I did Goonies, and then after Goonies, he started kind of branching out in his stuff. And I'd open the teen magazines to see what they were writing about me that week or whatever. And there's, Corey Haim on every other page, and I'm going, wait a minute, who's this guy with my name trying to steal my thing, one of those. And so it was and it was interesting too, because we had a mutual girlfriend who was like a girl that was an actor, young actress, who was a dear, dear friend of mine, like my best friend in the world growing up, and he had been dating her. So it was really interesting, because she'd call me up and she'd be like, well, Corey says da-da-da-da-da-da, and Corey Haim is doing da-da-da-da-da. I'd be like, I don't want to hear about this goddamn Corey Haim anymore. It was like driving me crazy. Like, who is this guy? So then after I did the movie, after I got the job for Lost Boys, I remember I was getting a wardrobe fitting done, and Joel Schumacher was on the phone. I don't know who he was talking to, probably one of the investors or one of the money people, just going, oh my God, it's great. We have the best lineup. This cast is unbelievable. We've got Corey Feldman. We've got Corey Haim. I was like, what? What? One of those kind of things. And sure enough, like 4 days later, I got this call on my answering machine. It was from Corey. He was like, hey, dude, what's up, man? It's Corey Haim. Hey, listen, buddy, so we're going to be working together. Right on, bro. Let's become bros. Let's become friends, man. Call me, dude. Let's go hang out. I was like, oh, this guy's a loser. All right, I guess I'll put up with it. So I called him up, and I said, yeah, what do you want, Haim? And he said, hey, man, let's go hang out, dude. So he was always really nice. We went and played football on Venice Beach. That was the first time Corey and I met.
We just, bang, clicked it, and just hit it off. Just, his name is Corey, my name is Corey, which is a big deal to two 15-year-old kids. And they're both actors, and we had a lot in common. And then working together, like I said, I think Jules saw, and I think a lot of other people, not only the motto of, oh, the two Coreys are Corey and Corey, or Haimster and Feldog, or, we had a few names people went by, it started a whole trend of us doing 7 to 9 movies together. I mean, our chemistry on screen grew over the years on our movies, and then I think when we hit Dream a Little Dream 2, and this is after like 6 movies, I think we were kind of burnt out on working together so much, not working together, but just knowing that it was the two Coreys, or those nicknames they would call us, like we invented Haimster and Feldog, and it just globally went around the world, and that's how we were known. But it just got a little much, and so we sat down one day, and we both were thinking the same thing, and we said the same things to each other, like, it's time we just go our own ways and, go solo for a while. I need to fly alone, I love working with you, but until we do, like, License to Fly or something, I think we should break for a little while. It's been 7 flicks. Let's do our own thing for a while, but people caught our chemistry, I think, and that's why I think we got, these offers to do all these movies together. I had a blast with Corey,
Corey and I are like family. So no matter where we are in our lives or our careers or whatever separate paths we've gone down, we always come together at certain points. And I'll always be there for him and vice versa, It's nice.